All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 2K subs. I'm joined here by UCONN fan and women's basketball connoisseur, Tommy. Tommy, how are you feeling? This is your second video in the same night.
What's going on, man? I'm ready. Ready to get to it.
Now, these are three of the players that, we couldn't get all the players that Tommy brought up because they just didn't have their highlights online on YouTube. YouTube, we got to do a better job of that. All my folks uploading these full games from 1998 and 2000 and everything like that. Let's chop up some of these things into highlights and bring it up to speed to 2021 so we can continue to grow the game. But we do have a couple of videos from a couple of the players that he mentioned, and he just recommended me watch, so we're gonna watch them together. The first one is Nykesha Sales. So yeah, here's a Sports Edge story on Nykesha Sales.
And WNBA player Nykesha Sales is home now after a trip to Seoul, South Korea, where she was trying to help kids on and off the court. As Eric Dograth reports, when the State Department called and asked her to be a special sports envoy, she didn't hesitate.
That was about my fifth one. I've been to maybe 5 or 6 different countries doing them. It just so happened the Connecticut, team would let me go because I'm technically here for the summer, but they allowed me to go for the week.
Over your basketball career, it's like you really see the world, obviously, but to go to Seoul, South Korea, a different experience, I'm sure.
Definitely. A lot of the stuff we do are with the underprivileged. Some were orphans, some were low income, some were even in the juvenile detention center. So we try to teach there is no diversity when it comes to sports. Everybody is equal and everybody can have the same opportunities.
What was the response from the kids? Was there a language issue? How did that all work out?
Well, it was. We always have translators when we go, but the kids had a lot of fun, and that's what we like to see. We like to make sure they take something out of the programs and that they're having a lot of fun. And no matter, what type of kid you are, basketball is one of those things that teaches equality, and everyone can have fun doing it and be really good at it.
Do you enjoy doing these trips? Is it something you'd like to continue doing?
Yeah, definitely. I've been doing them now since probably I retired from the WNBA, so I really, really enjoy them. I'm glad they keep asking me to go because I always say yes.
All right, first things first, we're going to say Wi-Fi. Everybody say Wi-Fi. Y'all pray for my Wi-Fi. Y'all pray for my Wi-Fi. I heard the feedback on Tommy's thing, and it was so I was like, oh Lord have mercy, Tommy can't even see it, but I can see it. It's playing well on my end, Tommy, so I can see it. But yeah, man, she looked like a tough player. Even in that first highlight, I know it was a news package, but just looking at the B-roll right there, she had a tough layup, and then very same getting back on defense, she had that stance. And then when it went to her, now or whatever, in 2014, she interviewed in the same stance. She's getting back on defense on. So she just looked like a dog and very aggressive and stuff. Give me some more, feedback on Nykesha Sales.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about, am I muted? Nykesha Sales was one of the all-time leading scorers at UConn. One of the best players to come out. She started out in Orlando and went up to Connecticut, and I think she finished her career playing for the Connecticut Sun. But Nykesha Sales would win the game. You put the ball in her hands, she was going to win the game. I don't know her overall stats, but she was up there. And I think one of the other people that we forgot to mention was Shamika Hoslov. How is Shamika Hoslov not on this list?
That's a good one. That's a good one. I didn't even think of that one.
Yeah.
I'm glad we kept.
She was on Slam magazine before Paige. They keep saying Paige is the first person on Slam, but Shamika Hoslov was on Slam.
Yeah, we know that. The real ones know. The hoop heads know.
Yeah. But Nykesha Sales was one of those type of players.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-time All-Star. 7-time All-Star. For her career, she averaged 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. 14 points for your career average in the W is not bad at all. it lines up with a lot of these other statistics that I've looked up of a lot of other members in the top 25. I mean, it's a pretty good resume. Like you said, started her career in Orlando before ending it back home in Connecticut. And her best season, she averaged 16 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.5 steals a game, and she had two turnovers a game. 32 minutes. She started all 34 games of the season. So pretty good stats here. Pretty good stats. Pretty solid career.
And she was playing against the competition. That's what she was playing against, the teaspoons and the swoops and the Coopers, and she was playing against when they was hungry, when they just wanted people to tune in. So definitely somebody to think about when we talk about all-time greats.
All three, that was definitely an era and stuff like that. Like you said, at the beginning of the W right here in the 90s, the start of the late 90s, early 2000s, and to be an all-star in those years when you had so many great players, as you said, who were great players before the W was a thing and stuff like that, to still be there and stuff. So salute to her. Started off her career with 5 consecutive all-star appearances. Got to salute. All right. Second player we got here.
Right there. Gino been putting all-stars in the league forever.
Jackie Stiles. Next person. Jackie Stiles. Give it up, Jackie Stiles, y'all. and this is a story from Craig.
Jump shot.
Tommy said she got one of the best jump shots, smoothest jumpers that he's ever seen. And you're right.
I believe she's
on the correction. It's right here in the related videos.
Very few people around have seen her, though. Very few have seen her, and very few have heard of her. You're right. Jackie Stiles is probably the best basketball player you've never seen. This past Saturday, I was fortunate enough to see the final home game of her career, and I have to tell you, she is the most unbelievable athlete I have ever covered. Here's part one of a story we'll call Big Time in a Small Town. I was born in a small town. Claflin, Kansas. Population 700. Claflin High School. Enrollment 97. But it's one certain senior that has these people lined up in this small central Kansas town. What are you here for?
To watch Jackie Stiles. Oh, she's the best player in the state of Kansas.
She's the best ball player in the United States. We had some Claflin people about 9 o'clock lined up with their tents and chairs and having a good time.
I really appreciate all the support that I'm getting, from our community and from the other communities. It's a great feeling, and I wouldn't trade for anything.
That's some movie type stuff.
The best basketball player in Kansas high school history.
Definitely.
She broke both the girls' and boys' career scoring records, but she didn't become this good, or shall I say this great, by accident. One of her skills is so awesome. Practice. She has taken the.
She scored over 3,000 points in the NCAA.
It seems like I spend, every bit of my spare time in the gym. During the season, I make 1,000 shots probably twice a week. If I don't make 1,000 shots, I have a 45-minute workout that I do every day. Like before a game, I have a workout, and then the day of a game, I come in the morning, I shoot, and I make 115 shots. So it's pretty much each and every day, I'm in the gym working out.
She has set her goals that are unmatched. I mean, to be the best. Who does that?
The best.
Jackie does. That's who. Once the ball is tipped off, she is the best.
Wait, hold on now. Come on, man.
Dog. That dog.
Come on now. What are we talking about here? What is this?
Come on. If Hoop Girl was around right back then, she shut the list down. It's not even a conversation.
If there was a baller's life back then, oh my God.
Come on. And we trying to call Sanaya the new Jordan. Not me. Come on. Let's be real here. Come on, man. I know it's COVID and people sick in the head, but we just can't be giving stuff out.
What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here?
Man. And she was consistent through every level. This is high school. She went to college to be the leading scorer in the NCAA, and then she retired in the WNBA scoring 15 points a game.
We got 4 minutes left in this story. I want to watch the rest of this.
7.5 points per game. She had 71 in a game earlier this year. She's headed to Southwest Missouri State to play her college ball. She's a finalist for both the Naismith and Gatorade Player of the Year awards. Those are awarded to the best player in the country. Part 2 of this story is coming up tomorrow at 6. We'll focus on her game. And believe me, you don't want to miss that. It is quite a treat.
Well, last night, if you were with us, we were all introduced to a young woman named Jackie Stiles, who is just an incredible basketball player.
And if you're a connoisseur of basketball, so to speak, she reminds you of Larry Bird. I mean, this was a guy who always stayed after late and came early and shot hundreds and hundreds of shots. And
what'd she say? 2 times a week she tries to make 1,000 shots.
Right.
And that's just a day.
And that's routine for her.
It's incredible.
And it definitely shows on the court. She's a nominee for the Gatorade and Naismith National High School Player of the Year Award. How good is she? When she was a sophomore, she broke her right hand, then averaged over 20 points a game shooting left-handed. Craig Borgman.
They don't make them like that. Left hand. She said, I'm going to put this one behind my back because it's broke. It's broke. And we calling somebody Jordan. Come on, man. Come on. 21 with just the left.
What happened when it healed up, Tommy? What happened when it healed up? She averaged 50 points a game.
So that means she was scoring 20. She was scoring 25 with her right and 25 with her left. It was who won some? Where you won it? Cause I got it. I got it to give. What's up?
How you doing? 25 points. How you doing? 25 points.
Right hand introduce you to the left hand. Let's work. Man.
Networking skills.
And they saying this on the news. This don't look like cap. This is the news right here. These look like some good, honest people. They not making stories up.
This was before fake news was a hashtag on Twitter.
Man, you gotta trust them. Look at the sneakers in the background, man. This ain't no urban legend. This is history right here.
Let's get to it.
And continues his profile of Jackie Stiles, the best high school basketball player you've probably never seen.
Hold on now, Joker. I don't know if they never seen her. You just showed us a little clip of the Jokers lined out outside the gym to watch her. I don't know if ain't nobody never seen her, but we're going to continue. Ooh.
Her stats are simply stunning. This season, she's averaging 47.5 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists per game. In one game, she scored 71. For her career, she's pouring in more than 35 points a game.
Shout out to Kaiser Ganjic. Random shout out to Kaiser Ganjic. She scored 72 in the high school game. Her team had 80 points in that game. Shout out to Kaiser. Some people forget, I've been tough on Kaiser because she ain't lived up to the number 4 pick expectations this season. In high school, she did score 72 of her team's 82, or of her team's 80. Not 82, 80. She scored 72. Shout out to Kaiser.
Her field goal percentage, 59%.
What'd you say about Kaiser?
She got a little potential. She had
a terrible rookie season. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I wasn't picking her before Dana Evans or
yeah. She should have probably gone in the second round. But I mean, it is what it is. You got picked where you got picked. Now it's your turn. You know what I'm saying? She's taking the time away for personal reasons for the rest of the season. Come back in the off season, you know what I'm saying? Get your mind right. Get your body right. Get back in shape. Let's do it again next season. Let's see. You know what I'm saying? You're still a professional athlete. Let's see how she.
It could definitely be worse. It could be worse. You could have got picked number 1 like Charlie Collier and sit the bench. So you know what I mean? Like
Charlie had a double-double now the other day. She had a double-double the other night. And then they were tweeting about Charlie Collier. I'm like, hold on now. She had 1 double-double at the end of the season. She the number 1 pick. She should have had her first double-double in the first month of her first career. You know.
Yeah, I don't know about Charlie, but we're gonna let her be great.
She still can't guard a cone. So you got to see what happens with that.
And earlier this year, she became the all-time scoring leader in the state of Kansas.
You start looking at those numbers, and it's staggering. So we don't even try. Not yet. I mean, we'll look back in a year or two and in 50 years and just be stunned.
I know I can just improve all aspects of my game. I get that from my dad because he's a coach, you know, and that's kind of a coach's philosophy. You always have room for improvement. So I keep working every day, and I just want to be the best basketball player I possibly can become.
Playing for a 1A school, people may wonder, how would she do at a more competitive level?
Playing on the junior national team, I want to get, you know, the most amazing athletes, and you know, that's where I gave myself, you know, what I need to improve on, because when you're playing against such great players, you can see your weaknesses, what you need to work on.
Next year, Stiles will work on her game at Southwest Missouri State, but it was only after a painstaking recruiting process that included over.
She took 4 of them. Let's run that back.
To work on.
Oh.
Next year, Stiles
Let's
will
run
work
that
on
back.
her game at Southwest Missouri State.
Here we go. That's 2. That's 2. Okay.
It was only after a painstaking
Get out
recruiting
that 2.
process.
Okay. Here's 1, 2, 3. She's still chasing her because she went past her. Pew!
That included.
And then the 4th one came over to help.
Just watch.
Over
Stop
2 letters
Stop it.
and countless phone calls that she decided to head for Springfield.
Well, that recruiting process was one of the toughest things I've ever went through. I mean, you know, I never imagined it would be that intense, and it was just very mentally and physically draining.
Jackie's future goals are to play in the Olympics and even play professionally in the women's NBA. But she still has unfinished business at Claflin.
Our main goal has always been, we've worked hard. We want that state championship.
You break out into a cold sweat thinking that next year she's not going to be here?
She's not?
Jackie Stiles, a superstar basketball player, a superstar person.
Oh, split the double team D-Ray. Dang.
Craig Workman, News Source 49 Sports.
Now, Jackie and her Claflin teammates make up the second-ranked 1A team in the state. Claflin opened sub-state play Friday night against Lewis High School in Dodge City. By the way, the highlights in Craig's story there were from Saturday's 47-39 loss to Little River. Claflin's first loss of the season. Stiles had 34 of her team's 39.
It was an off night. She had 34. Dang. That was crazy. I appreciate that. Hold on. Let me see. I appreciate that. That was woo-wee.
Nah, she was in herself. She caused problems in the NCAA in the tournament.
Yeah,
she caused a lot of issues. She took her team real deep, and then she got drafted high by Portland that year. She graduated, and she went crazy in the W for her first 2 years. She only played for 2 years, and she went crazy both years and then stopped.
You can't. Well, okay, Tommy, you can't put her in the top 25. She played 2 years.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm not gonna give her top 25.
I was just saying.
Yeah, she was great.
Okay. I appreciate the shout out though. It was a great story. I loved it. But played 2 years. Okay. So that's the second person.
Yeah, my bad about that. No.
You good. Here's the third person. It's Shannon P. Wee Johnson. Hold on now. Let me get some water.
Yeah, I'm putting Shannon in there over Tisha Pinachero, and maybe even over Becky Hammond, honestly.
Oh, okay. Let me mute it. They got some music in here. Okay. Oh, has he? Good drive. Man, I miss Orlando, man. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a good team. A couple good teams.
Well, hold on. They sing stuff?
Pee-wee was
Oh, yeah, okay, hold on. I'll play the music. If they take it down, they take it down.
Johnson driving around in the court. Pee-wee Johnson.
Pee-wee was always the kind of player that I hated to play against because
Trivia. Was she the best player at the time they recorded this video on her team?
Sue,
9 times out of 10, she wasn't.
nah, she wasn't. It was Lauren Jackson.
Thank you.
she was so difficult to go
I'll give you that.
against.
But Sue was also in her sophomore season.
I got you. This baby Sue right here. Look at baby Sue.
Baby Sue.
Chance to play with her, not just with the Storm, but also with the Olympic team. I also know what a great
Sue gonna watch these video one day and just get on me and just think I hate her. I don't hate you, Sue.
teammate she is. To have her on my team was always.
You ain't worried. She can't hear you draw the gold medal.
I remember in 2004 Olympics, she pretty much.
Look at Batman. Look at Batman. They say the best for last on the team. Okay.
Single-handedly beat us in the gold medal game. She came out and just blew us away. And yeah, Pee-wee, love you to death. And thank you for the memories. You always seem to put a smile on everybody's face.
I think I might be the only person in the world that still calls
All right, Coach. I'm sorry. I just had to shout out Coach.
her Shannon.
Seattle miss you, I heard.
She's a winner. She's a great competitor. I feel so fortunate to have the chance to started with her, but she's ending her career with us here in Seattle. She and I will remain friends forever. She's that special to me, and just want to wish her the best of luck.
I want to start off by saying I've been truly blessed to be able to play in the WNBA for 10 years. All my fans, I really do appreciate everything. My teammates from my first year in Orlando to my last year here in Seattle. I really do appreciate all my teammates, their support, my best friends. I want to thank the great league of the WNBA for giving us an opportunity to play in the United States, represent our country, go out there and play 4 months of women's basketball and enjoy it. Thank you very much to the fans of Seattle.
Tommy, I got a question for you. I look at
What's up?
I remember, I was a youngin at the time, but when the league first started and when I was a kid, I only remember this. I remember this. The stadiums, arenas was packed every night, every city, especially in the playoffs. It was just like watching the NBA. And I even watched, some of the replay throwback highlights and stuff, and it verifies what I thought I saw as a kid. So what do you think happened or whatever in the disconnect between W when it first started having packed arenas to what it's kind of become now, to where it's only packed in certain cities in the finals?
I think there was more of a awareness around, like, you think when the W started, it was that 96 Women's Olympics team, they just came off the gold medal. It was hype. And then they had players like, they had Cheryl Swoops, they had Cynthia Cooper, Lisa Leonard. People wanted to talk about them. Once they started to get a little bit older, retire, we haven't had generational players. I mean, just all things considered, we've had some great players sprinkled, but now we're starting to see consistent hype around. I feel like there was just a couple years where the talent wasn't there. We see it in the NBA too, but it's more sustainable because it's an older league. There's a couple years where you really just don't have a favorite player and nobody really just, showing out. And I think that's what happened to the WNBA. And now we're starting to see it ramp back up with just talent. And everywhere you go, we got a Husky on every team, and if they're not, they're not a Husky, maybe second best Notre Dame, we got them out there running the W. So I think that's bringing the
Who the number 2 player in the league right now?
The number 2 player?
Yeah, we already know who number 1 is. It's Stewie. Who number 2? It ain't no debate. I'm literally just asking you this just to be petty.
The number 2 player in the league. I'm gonna give it to Asia.
Okay.
Nah.
It's hands down.
Nah,
it's not even a. Go ahead.
I'll take Jonquel Jones over Asia. I'm putting Jonquel Jones over Asia.
Jonquel is the MVP this year. I don't know if I'm putting her over.
Man, yeah, I'll put Jonquel over Asia, but Asia right there. It's a conversation because Jonquel could take off, and if she get that 3-point, that if she hit and I'm gonna go with Jonquel.
I can't
But
get
Asia
mad at
crazy
it too
athletic.
much, but I still got Asia as number 2. Me,
But
I still got
if she would have with the UConn for 4 years and got that good training, she probably would have been able to hit that jump shot from behind the arc. You know, a little bit more, she had a little more versatility. She won't be down in the paint. She have a little more than the high-low. She might be number 1.
Joel gonna love
Might
you.
be.
Joel is gonna love you. I say that right now because you sound just like him.
Listen,
And she
man,
went to
Dr.
UConn. The UConn played. And see, he's sending me
man.
Lou highlights today. He's sending me Lou highlights. Look at Lou. Look at the jab step and the fadeaway turn. Basic basketball moves. And she can do that because she a hustler.
Tim Duncan.
And it's on.
Lou and Tim Duncan. And I like Lou. I like Lou, but you know, her longevity in the league, I don't know what it's hitting for. I think she probably got a couple more seasons, maybe 2 more. She's not gonna be she was great at UConn. I like Lou, but she was great at UConn.
We gotta get you on with the fellas because I love to hear their responses to this stuff, man. Joe, he rocked.
Because I was expecting her to come to the league and do better than Fee. And Fee doing her thing over in Minnesota.
Fee's a star. And I know we got on Fee a lot when USA team came out. I won't get on Fee just like she's not good. She's not good. It was more so getting on Fee because Nneka didn't get on. That's all it was. But
Yeah, I mean Nneka is I could go without it. You know, it's not a plus or minus.
It's more
like
so,
you see her on the team.
It's a loyalty to the program thing. So it's like these players, when they come to your camps and they do your World Cups and everything like that, when they could be chilling, it's the off season, they could be going away. They don't have time to do that. So when you do that and your loyalty to it, and then you won MVP, you're the only WNBA MVP who isn't on Team USA that's American citizen ever.
But whose fault is that? Is that her fault? Because the only person to show up to that camp is Nneka. So if you didn't go to camp and show out, like, you got to be undeniable. Just like just like when we talk about that Baylor game, it's like you got to be undeniable the whole game so the last call doesn't determine it. So when you go to camp, if you had 2 bad camps, when we look at them replays of the game, she didn't show out. She wasn't undeniable. It wasn't like, whether we want to call her a legacy act or not, you at Team USA don't even know what to do without Sue Bird at the point guard, right? She makes herself undeniable. DT brings something that's undeniable. They obviously felt like Fee could bring the same thing Nneka could bring because she didn't set herself apart. And just because you're the MVP, Derrick Rose was the MVP a couple, back in the day. You're not picking him over somebody who's younger and doing what they're doing right now. What you did before and what you do now are 2 different things. You got to show up and be an MVP every time you get on the court, and they can't deny you. You got to be LeBron. You got to put your 50 up. She didn't, and that's why she watched it from Nigeria's bench.
Derrick Rose made it 2014 World Cup, by the way. That was after post-injuries D Rose. He made that team for Team USA.
Oh, I love it. I mean, D Rose a dog. I'm not taking nothing away from him. I'm just saying,
I just don't know, man. I mean, and then Fee, she had a perfect chance to shut me up. We're at least doing something in the Olympics, and she ain't really do nothing. And that's no knock on her because she only playing 2 minutes of garbage time every game, right? She only playing 30 seconds of garbage time every game. That's not a knock on her, but like I'm seeing air balls and I'm like, dang, for this you could have did Nneka for this. Nneka could have sat on the bench. Skylar Diggins-Smith sat on the bench because she showed up to the camps and she a vet and she deserved her chance on the Team USA. That's what Nneka could have did. That's all I'm saying.
I thought that was crazy. I do think Dawn could have played Skylar a little bit better. I think she could have got her in the rotation a little bit more. But Chelsea Gray is a dog, man. Hey, there's no letting up with that one right there. It's like, hey, Chelsea Gray a dog. She might be one of the best that came out of Duke. Between her and Elena Beard, she's up there.
You got Lexi Brown and Elizabeth Williams and
Elizabeth Williams overrated to me.
No, she had a good career. She had a good she made me mad tonight with a bad foul, but she had a good career. She had a good career.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. She was ranked high coming out of high school too. I just never seen. I just don't. I don't see it for her like that. I mean, even when they were saying she was gonna go to Team Nigeria, I'm like, go ahead and give them 2 points while you at it. I don't see it. What's she gonna do? Like I had all respect to the big down low. She get down there and she work. I won't disrespect your Atlanta.
All respect to the motherland, first of all.
Yeah, they showed up. They showed up all right. They got some work to do. They got some work to do over there in Nigeria, but I think they'll get it right.
If they get all them jokers though, we got a problem though. Michaela
Only until they get
Onyenwere,
tired.
if she joins the team, if both the Onyenwere, I done made up a name. If both the Awumake sisters, well, all three of them, all three Awumake sisters, Onyenwere, Elizabeth Williams, that's a 5 right there, all WNBA players. And then I think it's like somebody else that I'm forgetting.
Our next couple years in the Olympics are going to be ridiculous though. Like when we start to think about all those young girls, the Ashley Owusus and the Kate, it's about to get physical. It's about to get crazy. It's already there. Yeah. But we about to really take it up another notch.
I mean, they pushing out the old folks. They pushing out y'all legacy acts, the Huskies. They got to get out DTs too. Bye.
We going
bye. They got to get them out. Fresh legs in.
We wouldn't have a W. There wouldn't be a W without the Huskies. If you look at the greatest players in the league right now, the best teams are ran by Huskies. And if it's not a Husky, literally, they went to Notre Dame. I mean, we'll give Asia. Asia is the only one from South Carolina.
I was about to say, well, Las Vegas. I'm thinking about the best players on Vegas. Ain't none of them Huskies.
That's the only team that don't have a Husky.
Chelsea Gray, Wake Forest. They got every other team. They got every other team except for UConn. Now you think about it. Well, okay, Washington. They got Tina Charles. They're not one of the best teams. Washington. I was just thinking.
And then Kia Stokes is over there. I mean, not to say she's the poster child for UConn, but Kia Stokes is over at Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got a Husky there. There's a paw print everywhere. It's a paw print everywhere.
She the backup to the backup.
Yeah, she get the water.
Chicago don't have a Husky that's one of the best players. See now don't just go. See, I'm not gonna take it like Joel. Joel will just throw something out and he'll talk over you to the point where you don't have time to think and be like, wait, what you said don't make no sense, Joel. So I'm you know what I'm saying, I'm looking at it. I'm listening to what you said. You said best teams. Okay, all right, Phoenix, they got it. Seattle, they got it. Connecticut, that best player, Jonquel Jones.
No, they don't. Nah, not Connecticut.
They had the best.
Connecticut,
or they
had
either.
They're either from the best players are either from UConn or Notre Dame. All throughout the league.
Now Chicago. That's 3 teams right there. 3 of the top 5.
Chicago got Azariah Stevens. They got Stephanie Dawson. Yeah, come on now. Yeah.
You talking about if
I'm saying the best teams in the league got UConn players on their team. Like
you just talking
is a power.
General got the players on the team.
Yeah. Stephanie Dawson.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just saying the preparation is there. Notre Dame and UConn players come through and get busy.
Salute for sure. And then you got to think Tennessee and
I don't even like Notre Dame.
When you think about Shamika Hoslov, Swing Cash, and not Swing Cash. I'm sorry, that's y'all.
Don't play with some Tennessee folks.
Tamika Catchings and Candace Parker. Them 3 of the best ever.
Yeah, I definitely put Tamika Catchings, Holsclaw, and then Parker. Actually Catchings over Holsclaw. Tamika Catchings is crazy.
Tamika Catchings in the discussion for GOAT just because the fact that she's the greatest defender of all time. So you combine that with a pretty darn good score, and you got one of the best players ever.
Yeah, Tamika. I think Tamika Catchings was that. I mean, that's a bucket right there, like you said. And she's gonna play both sides of the ball all game long. And even and it was like one of them.
Yeah, what Reggie?
If you watch some of her older games, like even on Team USA, if her shot was off, the defense just got that much more intense. Like she was crazy everywhere. Like Pat Summitt did a good job with her. She did a real good job with. She did a real good job with her. I think you give Candace Parker a little bit too much, but I'm gonna let you have that. That's another conversation for another day.
You seen me react to young Candace Parker last night. You seen the video?
Yeah, I saw it.
What Candace can do is ridiculous, man. That's a special.
The best thing Candace can do now is retire.
Just because she's always been there. The stuff she does at her size is crazy. She was Elena Del Don before Elena Del Don. She was Stewie before Stewie. She was, come on now.
She's Candace Parker. We just gonna give her that. Like we ain't, well, you know, I'm not a big Elena Del Don fan right there. I think she's soft. Great player. See how she beat down on she'll take a team out by herself. But she couldn't make it past the first week of training camp at UConn, so I always got a chip on my shoulder with that. Because if I could have Elena Del Don or Tina Charles.
Then her like daddy died or something like that, and she's taking care of her daddy or something like that.
Oh no, I don't know. But if her dad died, she couldn't have been taking care of him. I know that much, so that can't be the story.
Oh, chill out. chill out. Thank you so much, Tommy, coming on. This jungle right here, man. All right, but yeah, those were the three players we looked at. We had some good talk on the side as well. Both videos, good talk. Like I said, I can't wait to get you on with Joel and Ash and stuff to really chop it up. And we probably need somebody else on Ash's side now because Joel feel like it's 2 against 1. He feel like I side with Ash all the time. So maybe we could do a little bit of that back and forth and stuff like that. But yeah, man, if you are new to the channel, this is the road to 2K subs. Tommy, is there anything else before we sign out for the final time tonight?
Definitely everybody check out that Linda page. And that's all I have, man. Just sending healing to everybody out there. Be blessed, be great, good energy, good vibes. I appreciate you letting me on your show. It's great just to, be able to hop on and talk about basketball.
Is you want to shout out any of your socials, anything like that?
Yeah, you can follow me on Insta at Tommy 2 Guns Up, guns with a Z. I'm an educated gangster, no, just playing. But Tommy 2 Guns Up. Yeah, that's about it. But thanks again for letting me come on and chop it up with you.
No problem. Y'all be easy. Y'all have a great night or a great day. All that good stuff. Until next time.